Tap your neighbor. Say, hey, take your headphones off. Hey, take your headphones off. Hey, Jesus, stop playing Snake. Hey, you should be paying attention right now because I'm going to talk about some important stuff. All right, ready. So, number one is final. Is your last final of the semester. I'm not. Sorry, take it back. I'm your second to last final of the semester. Thank you. So, Ryan, pay attention real quick. I know everyone wants to try and get this done, but you're going to miss a step or two, and then you're going to have to wait for me to come help you. So I'm trying to address all these issues now. So please make sure you have your Photoshop open and your Maya open, because I'm going to show you all the troubleshooting when it comes back to putting the snapshot back onto your character, or putting your UV map, not the snapshot. All right. So, first thing, if you were to turn in something like this, this is not full credit. This is color only. Okay? This is color only. And that won't work, right? Some people might be saying, oh, that's a really bad panda paint job. Shut up. It's color only. This is what I was talking about, like trying to hide and find your seams, right? So I'd have to do a little bit of work here, but that's not why we get done. This will get marked out because there's no something else. There's no textured logos, something, besides just using a paintbrush and coloring, or using the spill bucket and coloring. Now, this is the real cool part about UV mapping. So when you go to buy, if you're playing a video game, you're playing your Fortnite or whatever, and then you go spend some extra money to get a new skin, this is how easy it is. All the programming does is it says, oh, you don't want Panda Bear anymore, you want Furry Bear, right? So all you got to do is produce different, there it is, right? Now this is problem number 2, right? So, with a simple, once you have the UV map set, this is why publishers love this, right? They can start selling other skins and surfaces for their characters. So what happened here was problem number 2. I saved it with the top shell still on, this UV map shell, right? The one where we did screen. I hit save it. So all I have to do now is I don't have to reload I don't have to like go back and reapply. I just go back to my Photoshop, I turn it off, I make sure I hit save, Command S, and then I have to go back here. I do have to find color, and I do have to press reload, but I don't have to like reattach it, and it's gone. So when you finish your Photoshop document, make sure you hide that top layer. Okay? Now this is full credit. It has color, it has texture, and then the eyebrows and the nose count. The eyebrows and the nose are shapes. So that counts, right? If I wanted to do more, I could put a B. If I wanted to do more, I could put like a scar on his face or something else. Those would all count as more than color, right? So that's my bear. I'd like to work on the seam a little bit more here, but I'm rather happy with it. Now, if you're not going to be happy with your UV map, but you really like your model, don't worry. In January, I have the model cleanup day. But for right now, you're just demonstrating that you know how to do a character UV map. So you can change this still, and we'll have some days dedicated to do that. This is my furry bear, right? And so it's really cool. If we had more time, I'd be like, make a second one, right? So then you have an alternate version. Like if you're doing Mario, I would say make Fireball Mario, right? Or you can make, we had a lot of fun last year. We were doing all sorts, like someone made Deadpool Mario, and someone made Link Mario, and someone made a whole bunch of different types of Mario skins. So here's how to do all of this. So let's talk about finishing this up. Okay. So the requirements are, one more time. That's for your snapshot. You have it all colored. You have something else than color. 3 things. I don't care if it's the same 3 things. So if you make a Super Bear logo for your bear, and you copy and paste that 3 times, counts. If you make a little Adidas stripe, and you put the Adidas stripe on the fronts and sides of the shoe, counts. That's 3 different ones. So it's a very low bar of something more than color. Okay? Shapes count. So I just want to see that you're doing more than just the spill bucket and the paintbrush. So it's whatever it is you can do to make that. It can even be the same thing in 3 different spots. Okay? And then no leaks or wrong colors. Notice I don't say anything about seams. Because dealing with seams would take a whole nother week, and it would just be a lot of painting and dealing. So if you got some seams here, don't sweat it. I know it doesn't look awesome, but just don't sweat it. We'll figure it out. We'll demonstrate that later. Okay? So if you still got some seams, I know some of you really want to get rid of them. You're like, oh, that looks kind of dumb. That would never be in a video game. Don't worry about it. Seams are a part of life. So I'm not marking you down for seams. Okay? I am marking you down for leaks. So for example, on the panda bear, back here, it was blue. Right? Here, I'll recreate a leak in Photoshop so you know what a leak looks like. A leak would look something like if I go to my eraser layer, make sure I choose the right layer, I'll make a leak on the head, and I go something like that, and then let's make a really big leak. Oh wow, how many colors is that? Oh, then turn that off. There you go. That should do it. Hit save, or turn off the top shell, hit save. So this is what a leak would look like. Reload. There it is. That's a leak, right? There's something from either the stencil layer or from some other layers spilling onto something else, right? So just you gotta be aware of that, take care of that. There you go. And save. Once again, camera, reload. Boop, leak's gone. All right. Anyone have any questions as to what I'm looking for? And I want it back on the model. Okay. Everyone, you got to do 3 steps to get this back on the model. And some of you are like, yeah, I got it. So I'm going to walk you through it right now. Here we go. To get this back on your model, make sure you save. Make sure you hide your top layer right here. This top layer that has the UV shells. Otherwise, they show up on your map, on your character. These lines will show up if you have this top line visible. So make sure you hit that eyeball before you hit save. Oops, I forgot. Whew. I didn't mean to close it. Open recent, thank you. Oops, I forgot to turn it off. I'm so clumsy. Oh no. Okay. All right. Now with your character open, it's a good idea to do a delete by type history. So select your character. Go to edit, delete by type history. That'll really help out finding your Lambert. And then to get your Photoshop file onto your character, go to right click on your object, make sure you're in object mode, right click, go to favorite material. Some of you have got a shiny character. You got a metal robot. You got a plastic ninja. You got a toy, like a Lego. If you had like a Lego character, maybe Fong's the right answer. If you had like a robot, maybe Blin's the right answer. But the bear is just going to be Lambert. So I'm going to click Lambert. And then I'm going to go to color, and I'm going to just choose the checkerboard box. Bam. And instead of hitting file, I choose PSD file. That's one place where people get hung up. File, PSD file. Ryan, did it work, that solution? Yeah. Once I hit that, I get to this part where it's asking for a file path. That's what that folder means. I click on the file path. I click on my Photoshop document, and I click Open. And there's my character. Oh, no. I forgot the UV lines. They'll get marked down. Oh, crap. How do I fix it? I have to do that whole process again? No. I hit Photoshop. I hide that layer. The trick is Command S. Make sure you save the changes that you're making. Then when you get back here, make sure you're in your tribute window, this one. And then make sure you hit that little play button and choose reload. And it went away. Now as you're editing this, you're like, oh, I need to fix that seam. Same issue. Come here, fix what you need to fix, bring it on back, right? If you're like, you know what, I really kind of want to make some text. Make some text. Click here, type in the text you want. B. Make this a little red so it stands out. There you go. Back to my arrow. Hit Command T. Make it bigger. Oops. Undo, I was on the wrong layer. Make sure you're always on the right layer. There it is. Command T. Make it bigger. Rotate it. I'll need this guy back. Enter. This guy. The front of his chest is right there. Hide it. Hit save. Go back here. When I hit reload, I'm going to see a nice big B for Barry. Boom. Right there. Oh, it's not quite centered. Go back, readjust it, hit save, hit reload. Right? So it's kind of neat to kind of just see the results of your actions just kind of just pop up when you hit save, and you got to hit reload. Save on Photoshop, reload here. Okay, when you feel good and done, it's a play blast. Go to frame 1, press S, go to frame 120, give it a twirl. Once, twice. You should know how to do this by now. Hit S when you're done. Right-click on the play button. You're calling it char D2. Hit browse. Go to your desktop. 4 _ char D2 for character draft 2. Last name. Hit save. Hit play blast. And don't turn it in when it's selected like that. Shame on you, Mr. G. Is it spinning? Oh, I didn't spin it. I forgot to hit S. Let's do it again. Frame 1, I press S. That's what happened. Frame 120. Give it a twirl. E. 1, 2, S. Okay, when you play blast it, make sure, I don't want to see green lines when you play blast it. Show off your colors. Play blast options. And then play blast. Yay, now it's fixed. I got to replace the other one. Drag that into the Smith folder. B for Barry. B for Jambruno. All right. Let's talk about times to finish, times to be done. One last thing. So anything beyond the UV character map needs to be in by, needs to be in today. Your old character, your cereal box, your whatever. This character, if you need Monday, you can take Monday. However, I'm reviewing for your final Monday, and you want to pay attention because your final involves the graph editor. Your final involves modeling. Your final involves some stuff that we haven't really looked at in about 1 to 2 months. Maybe even 4, right? But the whole point of a final is to demonstrate retention. So you're going to be demonstrating that you retained everything I taught you from the beginning of the semester to now. And so you definitely want to be paying attention to that. So if you need to get something done, so today's the last day for all the makeup work, except for this thing. If you need this thing, you can sacrifice the review, because I'll be doing the review with you guys. Or that lunch on that Monday, if you need to come in, or before school. You got lunch today, you got lunch after school. I am not here Monday after school. I am not here Tuesday after school. I'm not here Wednesday after school. I actually am here, but I'm running a meeting. They have a whole bunch of changes happening with Canvas, and I get to train people. So, lucky me. But I've been warning you about this the whole time, right? Stuff's got to get in today. All right. That being said, you've got about a half an hour. Remember, I'm looking for full colored with 3 different things. So the bear has 4 different things, in case you're wondering. The bear's got the B now. He's got the fur. That's one big texture. Got the eyebrows and the nose. Those are 4 different items making those shapes. Okay? Jesus, question or you need me to look at something? Very last thing. Everyone look. I totally overlooked it because I already did it. Everyone stop. Everyone stop and look at my computer or look at Jesus's. You might wind up with something looking like, let's see if I can bring it back. You might wind up with a really weird looking, display image. This is because the Photoshop document can hold some transparency, and I'm being kind of a little sloppy in my instruction to you. with what you should do, because there's just a lot of technical stuff we have to switch. The easiest way to fix it, so if you have a weird, funky, everyone look up here, right? Some weird holes are showing up for some weird reason. You have like, what the hell is going on? This looks really weird, right, Jesus? This is what you're experiencing. Here's how to fix it. Everyone paying attention? You need at least half of you paying attention, so then you can help your partners, right? Go to render right here. Render right here. Right here. Okay, right there. Viewport options. Viewport options. And right here where it says transparency algorithm. This has something to do with the way Photoshop preserves its transparency and uses the alpha channel, blah, 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 blah. Don't worry about it. It's because you're using screen on your top layer. Instead of choosing simple, choose alpha cut. Alpha cut. And then if you hit select and close, does it look better, Jesus? Yeah. There we go. All right, remember, I'm not grading you down for seams. I'm grading you down for leakage. So leakage would be like some bright color from your stencil or some weird random color. But if you have a seam like this, don't sweat. That's another trick I'll show you guys later. Let me just do one thing.